Hi guys, I'm now Jake. There are Rufy and Nami, my kittens that are always here with me. And welcome in this video, where with my character Zellian, I will show you the best specs to get as a new player until level 30. In number 10, obviously we have Animal Friend, because I'm an animal friend. No, I'm joking, I'm just joking. In number 10 we have Bodyguards. In my opinion, it's not a so good perk, but as a new player, especially the first rank, lets you get up to 18 resistances. So if you play on a public team, you just enter whatever team you want, and if you have other 3 people with you, you'll get 18 damage and energy resist. Compared to other kind of perks that are similar, for example, there is evasive on agility that gives up to 15, and you need to have 15 agility. That it's not something so easy if you are below level 30. So in my opinion, this is the 10 position. Good stats for every kind of character. It can always obviously help you if you play on a team. Position number 9, good with salt. This is an amazing perk that I always use, but I think it's very good for a new player. Even if you just get a single rank, I usually always feel this on my luck if I have space. As you can see, I have one at rank 1, a rank 2, and at a rank 3. This just helps your food don't spoil. As a new player, usually you grab as many things as possible. So what you should be used to do is to try to sell food before it spoils, right? But it's not so easy again as a new player. And even as an experienced player, sometimes you just want to have your food. You don't want to get rid of your food, because you want to use your food that gives some buffs at the right moment, before a fight, or before doing some kind of actions, or to talk to an NPC. So this is a very good perk. Not the best perk, you can learn to play without it, but maybe you can try to take at least a point of it. Or if you grab this randomly with a perk card, try to use it, because it really helps you don't waste your food, and help you complete your adventure before having to go to sell it. So for example, instead of having to run and go sell your food as fast as possible, you can just complete your things and then go sell items later, thank you to this spec that will prevent your food from spoiling. Number 8, always on luck, is in my opinion started genes. Mutations are overpowered. Mutations are so strong that if you know what you're doing, if you know how they work, if you know how strong they are, as soon as you start the game, you'll just try to get as many mutations as possible and just play with all of the mutations together, because you will end up having a lot of extra stats, defenses, resistances, being able to jump higher, having extra intelligence. Later on, with other perks, you will be able also to remove the negative effects of mutation, so they will become even stronger. But until level 30, you can't really do that. But if you want, you can try to use started genes to grab the mutations you want. If you have mutations you don't want, remove them with other ways. Try to remove them with other ways. And then, when at the end you have the best mutation you prefer, without mutations that probably won't just help you, activate started genes and just keep this perk. This way you will be overpowered since the start, without having to use all of the mutations together. So started genes, amazing perk. In next position we have True Hiker, another perk that I use a lot for real. Now that I'm more experienced, I'm starting to use this less. Usually I change this with another perk. Sometimes you end up having so much food that you can't even fast travel. So as a new player, probably you should just grab everything you want, and when you have to fast travel, if you're over encumbered, try to just equip this thing, and you will notice that sometimes you can drop for example 200 carry weight, 250. It means that 3 ranks of this thing sometimes can be worth 50 extra points of carry weight, depending on how much food you have. Later on, you will learn to grab only the items and the food you need, but at the start, just grab everything you want, just try to sell excessive food, and True Hiker will help you do that. Will help you just grab and keep all of the food you want and sell it when you need. Now number 6, a perk that will get at level 30, but it's probably one of the best damage perks in the game, is Tank Killer. This thing is amazing because it gives armor penetration to rifles and pistols. This means this thing will apply to almost every kind of weapon. Every kind of weapon will have this buff. So for example, if you are at the start and if you are not sure what weapon you want to use, you just grab this thing since level 30, and every kind of weapon, ballistic I think, that you will use will do a lot more damage. So a very amazing damage perk. Position number 5, we have together Inspirational and Lone Wonder, because this depends on what you're doing, and since the season 15, when you start the game at level 20, they will give you both of them. With Inspirational, if you just enter a team, even if there is no one there, you will get extra experience. Experience is not always the most important thing, because we can argue that instead of using 3 points here, you can just put 3 points on something else, for example on Tank Killer, and just do a lot more damage, right? Or powering up the perks of your weapon. There are a lot of other things you can do with perk points, especially at the start. But soon or later, maybe you will get Inspirational. And again, if you start the game at level 20, you will have Inspirational ready, so there is really no reason not to use it. If you play on a team and if you use some points of bodyguards, put in Inspirational too, and you will get extra experience, level up faster, reach level 50 faster, and get the best weapons you want faster, as soon as possible. There are some mutations that requires you to be on a team to get extra stat points, so for that reason you will drop Lone Wanderer. But if you don't have that kind of mutation, Lone Wanderer is better, much better. It's one of the strongest perks in the game, taking 20% less damage and having 30% AP regenerations together are amazing things to have. So Lone Wanderer, another amazing perk to have if you play alone instead of playing inside a team. Position number 4, a perk that I learned to love only recently. Playing some endgame things, I ended up not having enough ammos, and trying to grab more ammos was just too heavy for me, and I needed Bandolier. This perk is one of the best perks in the game. It's probably a 100% S tier perk. The reason are multiples. The first one is the one I said already. If you have to fight some kind of bosses on an event and you need a lot of bullets, without Bandolier you can play. You need this perk 100% if you want to carry all of those bullets with you. Or if you want to carry very heavy bullets, for example explosive or cannon-like bullets. Another reason to have this perk is that if you don't have Fallout First, if you never bought Fallout First, if you never want to buy Fallout First and you don't have the ammo box, this is the only way to grab all of the ammos you find around the game and hold them. If you don't have this thing, all of the ammos will get a lot of your weight out of your stash box. So Bandolier is a must-have for almost every kind of build. As a new player, there are multiple reasons to get this perk, so try it, will help you a lot, especially if you use very heavy ammos, or again, if you don't have Fallout Fist and you want to carry different kind of ammo since the start of the game. And now, position number 3, we are on the best perks as a new player until level 30, because honorable mentions, obviously there are perks amazing, like Adrenaline, but you get this later on, so let's start with perks that are available until level 30. Action Girl and Action Boy are amazing. Action points regenerations up to 45% faster. Lone Wanderer gives up to 30% faster, right? But the difference is that Lone Wanderer is conditional, because in some situation you won't use Lone Wanderer, you can't use Lone Wanderer. It will use, for example, other perks like Inspirational. But Action Girl and Action Boy will always be with you, especially at the start. Later on you have other ways to get action points back when you fight, but until level 30, Action Girl, Action Boy are the only way. Having more action points, even if you don't use PAV, means being able to run more, being able to use heavy attacks. There are a lot of things you do with action points. They are very, very important. So this is one of the best perks as a beginner player. When I started the game, this is, if I'm not wrong, the first of the second perk I got together with Lone Wanderer. And we are close to the end. Number 2 is obviously Concentrated Fire. Concentrated Fire, like, okay, maybe you don't want to use VATS at all costs, but if you don't use VATS, you are missing out on damage. VATS lets you do critical damage, and Concentrated Fire lets you target the head, the limbs, lets you cripple bosses so that they can't run anymore, lets you hit at the head and do double damage or other sensitive parts. Even if you don't want to use VATS, sometimes there are parts of enemies, for example on robots, that are hidden, and without VATS it's very hard to hit them. Instead, VATS lets you do that. And even if you don't want to use VATS too much, sometimes it's very useful. So without Concentrated Fire, rank 1, it's like possible essentially to be able to be very effective in fight. Concentrated Fire, just the rank 1. Rank 2 and 3 are not really so effective, even if they give you extra accuracy with every consequent shot. But just try to grab at least the rank 1, equip that, and you will be very, very happy to learn to use VATS, do criticals, do crazy amount of damage, and destroy everything very, very fast. Concentrated Fire is an absolute beast rank S perk that every player should have if wants to do as much damage as possible, if wants to fight at his best essentially. There is just one perk that is better than this one for a new player. Okay, for a new player, not for every kind of player. And that perk is Sneak. Guys, again, this is similar to VATS. Sneaking is another thing on the game. If you're level 1000 and you got the strongest weapon on the game that not even Bethesda really know that existed, because maybe you got that weapon thanks to a glitch, maybe you don't need to sneak. But except for that case, you will always need this perk. As soon as this perk appears, maybe at level 20 or 22, I don't remember very well, start grabbing this. With this perk at rank 3, you will start becoming essentially invisible. You will be able to move by sneaking close to enemies without them noticing you, and you will be able to do sneak damage, obviously. That makes you do double the damage to enemies. If you have a silenced weapon, it's very easy to get silenced by pistols, for example. You'll be able to start one-shotting enemies without them ever noticing you. For example, okay, you can use Concentrated Fire to help you aim at the head, but even if you don't have that perk, if you have Sneak instead, you can use a ranged weapon, a sniper weapon, aim at the head of enemies while sneaking, and do crazy amount of damage and one-shot a lot of enemies for a very safe position from far away or from close range if the weapon is silenced. Sneak is just the strongest, one of the best perks in the game, especially for a new player. I hope this video will help you understand what perks you should prioritize when you will level up. Again, I'm no Jake, these are Nami and Rufy here. You can find me almost every day on Twitch. You can watch me playing while my kittens stay here with me. And you can also find a lot more videos and guides on the channel. Just check the links on the description with my playlist on Fallout 76. You also find other things, guides on Baldur's Gate 3, some Fallout 4 challenges, a lot of contents, guys. So take a look. Thank you for watching. Leave me a like, subscribe, and in the comments we can talk about whatever you want. Have a nice day and be nice. Bye!